Okay, welcome back. This is part 3 of the slouchy hat pattern. We are on row 9 now. You should be right here to where we're about to change colors to back to the blue, well, or whatever color you're making your hat. So we're just going to cut that, just make another long tail, and get your other color that you started with originally. Don't worry, we're going to work all the tails in, so it'll be fine. And then you're going to just work that in just like so. Okay, then you're going to chain 3. Just pull it tight so it stays down. Just chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now in this one, in this row, what we're going to do is we're going to create a puff stitch, but what we're going to do is there's going to be 4 stitches in each puff on this one. So we're going to yarn over, and then we're going to go down here into the top of this puff. So you just got to get it in between there. So you're just going to be in between the puff there. Okay. So do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, then you're going to pull through. You're going to do chain. Now you're going to do 1, 2, because we're doing 2 so that we can get over to this next area. Just take your tail and just work it under all that. Because see, we're covering it up. We're just covering that up. So now you're going to just repeat that again. And you're going to go into the top of the puff below. See what I did? Just so I can show you what we're doing here. We're going to go into this chain right here. Above this, right in here, is where we're going. So you just yarn over, go into that stitch, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then pull through. All, and then we're going to do chain 1, 2. Now we're going to do that again. Go into this lower puff here. Can you see that? Into this puff here, the one below. And just continue that all the way around. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and then we're going to pull through. And then we're going to chain 2, 1, 2. Okay, so just to show you kind of what we're doing a little better, this is what we're creating. We're creating these markings here. So we went down into the puff below to create that look. See, so you covered up your working yarn from the previous row, and you just made these look like they stand out now. So you're going to go ahead and do that all the way in every puff below. In every one of these puffs below, all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, we're at the end of row 9. Now, in the end of row 9, you put a puff in this last one above the previous stitch, puff down here. Okay, so we're going to do one to lock it, and then we're going to chain one more, and then we're going to go into 1, 2. In that chain 3, where you chain 3, you're going to go into the second chain, because we're going to pull that over, and then we're going to join that with a slip stitch. Okay, then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to go into, we're going to do double crochets in every stitch all the way around. But this is how I want you to do it. You're going to go into this top puff below, and you're going to basically just pull it up. So in that space in between, or that top stitch above that bottom puff of the contrasting color, you're going to do a double crochet in there. Okay, and then there's actually 2. So then you're going to like skip this space here between this puff and this puff, but you're going to skip this space, and then there is a stitch right here, and then there's one here on top. So you're going to crochet into those 2, and then you're going to do a double down here. So we're going to, so we're going to crochet into this one. So I'm sorry, we're going to do a double into that one, into the right above the puff there. 1, 2. Then we're going to double into this. There's another chain here right above. So there's 2 double crochets above every puff that you just did of row 9. And then you're going to do 1 in this puff, right? Just go right into the top of that puff. See, there is that space right there. Can you see that? This space right here above the puff. And you're going to do a double crochet through that. Just like that. So you'll have this is the sequence that you're going to follow. You're going to go do the double here, a double here, and then 1 below. And then now we're going to do a double above. There's a double here. And then there's a double here, and this puff here. Okay, and now we're to this, so we have double, double on top on this stitch here, and now we're going to do 1 double down here. So it's double, double, and then 1 down below. And we're going to go into that space there, because we're going to pull this color up. So see, this is what it's doing. That one didn't come out so good, but this is basically what's happening here. We're pulling these stitches up, and we're pulling the color through. I know it looks a little different. I'm going to show you on the other hat, but this is a different type of yarn. This is like a Caron yarn, or it's a softer yarn, so it stretches different. So every yarn is going to have a different look that you use. So it stretches a little bit bigger, a little bit more. So you're going to do a double, double, and then a double to pull that one up. I hope that made sense. But it'll be in the instructions, and I'll just show you one more time here. Okay, so we're going to go a double here. We're going to do a double here. 1, 2, and then we're going to do a double. There's another stitch right on the edge here of this top puff here. We're going to do double in there. Okay, then we're going to do a double down here. We're going to go into the top of this puff right here. See? There's a stitch right above that puff. And you can pull it up. But sometimes if the yarn doesn't stretch, just go down. This is why crochet is very forgiving. So if you don't really see the stitch, just go in there somewhere and pull it up. It's not a problem. It'll still look the same. See, so you just make sure you have 2 loops on your hook when you go through this bottom pop. And then pull it up. Okay, so that's what we're doing. So just so you can see, double, double, double and below, pull it up, and it pulls that up. And then that'll create that look that we're going after. And like I said, this is a different type of yarn, so it's a little thicker and it doesn't stretch as well as a softer yarn would. A softer yarn pulls, it's more stretchy. So it depends on what kind of yarn you're using, how the stitch will actually end up looking. So this is just like an acrylic yarn, so it's kind of tough. It's like a basic yarn. That Red Heart Saver yarn it's a good yarn. But it doesn't have that elasticity that we're looking for. And I'm just using this as a sample so I can do the tutorial here for you. But that's what we're going to do in this row, and you're going to go all the way around, and then you're going to join it with a slip stitch.